How to become financially free in 2020. So in this journey, I want to talk a little bit about how I was able to do that and how you can do that as well. So come and join me on this little journey. And I think one of the biggest things that you want to start focusing on when it comes to creating and starting your own business, you have to have business. Actually 4 phases to doing this. The first step is figuring out your niche. So what niche are you currently in right now? And what niche are you, what are you passionate about? So a lot of things people always say to me, how do I find my passion? How do I know what to do? So you always want to also find out what are the biggest trends right now? Because there's so many things that are happening. So let's go out of here. We're gonna go grab a coffee on this journey, so come and follow me. We also gotta find out, so the passion, or what we call a passion-based business, is what helps us get the juice. Because a lot of times most people don't have a passion, they don't know what to do, they don't know where to start. So if you're just starting off, one of the things that you want to find is what are you truly passionate about? And let's jump into the car and let's go for a little ride. All right, so remember we talked about number 1 is the niche. The second thing we need is something called PSS, which is products, services, or sponsorships. So let's talk a little bit about that. So what are some of the things that you can do to really start growing your passive income? So if you want to become financially free, you need to find a way for you to not be able to work, right? Meaning, what can I put into, can I put something into something and for that to work for me? So one of the things that I did, I wrote a book, and one of my first books was called The Step-by-Step Guide to Lease Options. And that book talks about how do you invest in property, because that was my background. That's how I started buying lots of properties, because I got educated, I went to seminars, I attended workshops and boot camps. I would join networking events where I would start networking with people. And I can tell you that the wealth of knowledge, that what you think is possible, that is normal, like a lot of people said to me, well, John, is buying property 20% below its market value normal? And I thought to myself, well, no, it sounds too good to be true. So let me get out of here for a second. So one of the things that became my norm is figuring out what's possible and what's not possible. So I remember one of the first houses I bought as my product is a product, service, or sponsorship, right? So one of the services that I created 10 years ago was, how do you buy property and you can serve people by helping them, but you buy it with cash? Now, of course, I didn't have the cash. I didn't have money to go and buy houses, but I knew other people that did have the funds to go and buy houses. So then I started working with a lot of investors. So one of the biggest things that really worked for me is when you're finding a product, service, or sponsorship. A product is something physical that you can offer to people, but a service is something that's service-based, but it's also value-led, which means you got to add a lot of value to people's lives. So how do you add a lot of value to people's lives? The first question you have to ask is, what problem can I solve? What problem can I solve? So for me, when I got into real estate, I realized that there was lots of people that want to sell the property, but they didn't have any certainty of selling that property or having a buyer. And quite often, especially in the UK, you'd have so many people that would make an agreement to buy and sell a property, and at the last minute, they would fall through. So this is what we call a broken chain. So let me get out of here for a second. So this is what we call a broken chain. So the broken chain is someone who says yes, and then what they say is, no, I'm not buying that property, and then that person who's selling it, the seller, then is left in the lurch, and now there's nothing they can do. So one of the things that I decided to do is I decided to create a service called Complete in 28 days. So I would buy a property within 28 working days, and that property transaction will be done in a very short space of time. So every single time I would go out and I would start finding all these people that wanted to sell, that became my service. You see, so my niche, remember there's 4 things we talked about. You got to have something you're passionate about. So for me at the time, I'm no longer passionate about property. That's why I have a whole team of people that go and do this now. And I'm passionate about tech. But at the time I was very passionate about real estate. I loved seeing properties. I was just blown away that you could actually buy properties and you could fix them up. You can make them look like you would take a dump and make it look like a 5-star hotel by just having certain ways to actually do this. So then I figured out my niche, and I figured out the products and services. Now, of course, I have membership site, I have online courses. I created a piece of software as well that actually helps people buy and sell property really quick. We have a system to be able to do that. It's called flipping. So instead of you having to buy a property and then be in that property all the time, you don't have to do that. What you got to do is buy the property on contract. So that's a system that we created that allows you to buy a house on contract now. So it took us a long time to do that. We also created a piece of software for people that wanted to create their own membership sites. So we have students that come to our events. They want to learn about social media. They want to learn about different ways to create passive income and to create financial freedom. And so what we found was that one of the biggest headaches for people was the challenge of technology. They weren't very good with computers. Some of them were really computer illiterate, and they didn't even have a computer. So I had to build a system that would actually do all that for them. So of course, then we built micro memberships and instant memberships and Memby. So those of you who heard of Memby.com, we actually created the software for that. I invested £2 million into that, into building the software, the technology for that. And that's what also allowed us to list our company. So more on that in a second. Let's just order some coffee. What do you want? What do you want? Martin's behind the camera now. What do you want?
Just espresso.
Espresso, all right. Yeah, could I get 2 double espressos, please? That's it, thanks. Yeah, tell you an interesting story about Starbucks actually, just as an aside. You talk about products and services. Look at Starbucks. Starbucks provides a product, which is coffee. But what they've done is they've taken a service that works in somewhere else. Like, look at the sign here. How cool is this? See, Starbucks drive-through 24 hours. First of all, Starbucks never used to be 24 hours, and there never used to be a drive-through. So where did they model this from? So what they've done is they've modeled a success process of what works in one industry and to do it into another industry, i.e. coffee. So this is where you say, hello. Sure. There you go. Cheers. So, they modeled this off at McDonald's, and guess where McDonald's modeled it from? McDonald's modeled it like, if you go to Florida, there's actually a drive-through. So, and I'm ordering coffee, but now you can drive through and order money, right? You can literally withdraw money and say, hey, I'd like to withdraw $100. Take $100 out. So in the US, they have drive-through banks, and so McDonald's took that for drive-through. Oh, thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Look at the branding as well, right? Because it's they put all this nice branding on here. So we talked about our niche, right? So get a niche right, find out what you're passionate about, and then we want to create a product, service, or some kind of sponsorship. So actually, sponsorship models are getting really, really big now. So some of you watching this, you may be familiar with a concept called influencer marketing. So influencer marketing is the ability to go out there, gain lots of followers, and make one post for a brand, and they'll pay you thousands and thousands and thousands for doing that. So let's say, for example, let's take Cristiano Ronaldo, very famous football player. He has over 100 million followers, and he actually makes more money from Instagram than he does playing football. How, you may ask? Well, Cristiano Ronaldo gets paid $356,000 for a single post on Instagram, which is pretty insane. So you can see how he makes more money playing on Instagram than he does playing football, you see. So the next phase of this is the fourth part, which is to have a sales system. Now, let me say sales system, meaning how can you, if you want to become financially free, you need to have a system that creates an income for you. So for example, right now I have property. So lots of people rent my property, and the surplus, the difference. So let's say my mortgage is, £500, but I can rent it for £1,000. I now get 500 extra right? Which is the difference. So if I have, if you go and buy 10 of those types of houses, you make 5,000 a month. For most people, 5,000, you can retire off that. So you have to think of all these different ways that people are using right now in order to earn more income. And that's one way. So you need a sales system. One of the best sales systems, again, is using online. That's one of the reasons actually why we created Memby. We created Memby.com or micro memberships, because it gives people an instant membership site in 15 minutes. You could all go to Memby.com right now, MEMBBY. I'll put the link in the description. And what you can do is you can actually, in 15 minutes, create a membership site that can take money and recurring income, which is amazing. Like imagine you have 100 people paying you $100 a month. You're making 10 grand. So whenever I'm thinking about a sales system, I'm always thinking about automation, right? How am I going to automate the process in such a way that I can collect sales even whilst I'm sleeping, right? Because if you have to earn active income, most of you watching this, you work in a job. If you're earning active income, the challenge with that is you only get paid when you work per hour. Now, of course, if you are an entrepreneur, which you work for a company and you own a stake in that company in terms of, stock options, you're adding massive value to the company, a new department. All right. So when I'm looking at automation, I'm always looking about systemization. So what softwares can I leverage on? And the great thing about living in the era we are right now is the fact that there are so many different, anything you can think about systemizing, there will be softwares available if you systemize. For example, people say to me all the time, social media, I don't have time for social media. There are softwares out there where you can take all your social media posts and you can put them into a system and it will automatically make the post for you so you don't have to. We talk about video editing. There are lots of softwares out there that you can put music, and every time there's a spike, like you see a waveform, there's like music. Every time there's a waveform, it will cut into a new song so you can actually edit a video for you, right? If you don't know how to, like transcribing, if you've got to spend a long time trying to transcribe your videos into a different language, guess what? There is software out there that will allow you to upload a video and it will transcribe the whole thing into different languages for you. So that's why I'm always thinking about automation, which is one of the reasons why, for those of you that don't know my story, I was able to, in 10 years, list a company and do my first IPO at the age of 38, to list a company on the stock exchange. So I was financially free at the age of 27. I made my first million at the age of 27 through real estate. And I did my first IPO at the age of 38. So I just think that it's really, really important that you understand that the third part of this is the systemization and automation, have a sales system that works 24 hours a day without you having to be there, okay? And the last part, let's go to step 4. Now, step 4, this one is a big one. And by the way, if you're enjoying this so far, I'll be creating more videos like this, talking about journey of entrepreneurship, strategies for financial freedom and wealth building. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. So what I'm going to talk about now, the last part, number 4, is exposure and marketing. Right? You want to become financially fit, people need to know that you exist. So now we have our niche, now we have our product, we have our service, we have our sponsorship, but now we need to be able to let other people know about our sales system, because if the sales system is there, the system is not going to work by itself, like a treadmill, right? How do you lose weight? Well, if I'm on a treadmill, I'm going to run on the treadmill. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed for you to run. And when you run, you burn calories. When you burn calories, you lose weight. It's as simple as that. So if I'm creating marketing, then what type of marketing should I be putting out there? Well, one of the best forms of marketing you can do right now is what we call social media marketing, which is why you see that right now I'm always posting things on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all different social media platforms. And I'm also running a lot of events. And, I can tell you in the last 3 years, I've accumulated over 4 million followers on social media. And I've been on social media for 10 years, but it only happened over the last 3 years because I started to take it more seriously. So if I was to say to all of you right now that you can start getting lots of people follow, let's say you have 4 million people following you right now, and you were to take your product and let all your people know about your products and services, do you think you'd be in a better place? Of course you would. So you have to learn about all the different marketing strategies. Now you have social media marketing, you've got paid advertising where people can actually pay you for your products and services, and your ads. Or one of the most powerful ones is what we call affiliate marketing. In fact, when I get back, so we'll go into the office in a second, and what I'll do is I'll jump onto the whiteboard, and then we can do that together so you can see how it works. But the great thing about affiliate marketing is that it's free marketing, right? So you have two ways of marketing. You have paid marketing, or you have free marketing. So free marketing is affiliate marketing. So let me talk to you a little bit about how that works, and I'll take your coffee up as well. So let's jump out of the car. So one of the things that I think is really important as well when it comes to creating affiliate marketing is that, imagine right now, because if you have to hire people, you have to pay them, 20, 30,000 just as a salary. Then you have to pay them to make sales. And the problem with having salespeople is if they're not performing, you're not making money. So I want to show you a little formula that I use to be able to do that. So come follow me. I think one of the biggest things as well, when it comes to creating that exposure, there are different types of content you want to create. For example, you want to create viral content. I have some very good friends who get, billions of views on the internet because they create what we call viral marketing. Now, viral marketing is also good for branding. So branding is really, really good. Another thing as well is we want to do what we call direct response marketing. So direct response marketing is, again, showing people what it is that you do, okay? And also, earning some kind of direct response of ROI. There's John. He's in the office right now. It's right there. So direct response marketing works really well. But I think one of the best ones, like I told you, is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing now is one of the best. By the way, we have this bell here. Every time we make a sale, we go like that. We actually ring the bell. So yeah, let's come back in here, and I'll show you a little bit about how this works as well. So, by the way, we created a lot of videos. Those of you, we put a lot of videos. If you haven't seen any of these videos that we've done, make sure that you go out on my YouTube channel or my Instagram or Facebook. You can see a lot of the content there. So here's the thing about affiliate marketing, right? I'm not talking about you becoming an affiliate of somebody else. I'm talking about you creating your own affiliate program where other people can promote you. So here's how it works. So typically what you'll have is you'll have a control panel where you can list all your products for sale. So for us, we have a speaker camp, we have a property investment program, we have a social media boot camp, we have a entrepreneur masterclass boot camp. So here we would list all of our products and services. And then what we do is this software would create a tracking link for every single one of these products, right? So now what people can do is, from here, they can go into the system and they can sign up as an affiliate, right? So for example, John Smith signs up as an affiliate. Once John Smith signs up, he will get access to all of these what we call tracking links. So what John Smith will do, let's say he wants to market our speaker training program, he'll take our speaker training program, promote that on his social media profile, and then if someone buys, it will notify our system. We can then do some research on all these people who have put all these things, all these sales, and then we say, okay, John just got a sale, we pay him X amount commission, and then we can run a report. Then we get John's bank account details, we transfer money into their account. So this is good for two reasons. One, you don't have to go out and hire lots of salespeople, and you have salespeople working for free. Two, you only pay money when you make money. Let me say that again, you only pay money when you make money. So this is huge. I mean, this is one of the biggest things that I have for you right now that you really need to start understanding. And this is one of the best ways. Remember these 4 things: having a niche, having a product, service, or sponsorship, having a sales machine, and having a marketing system that gets you the exposure that feeds back into all of it. And now if you have all these 4 things, now you become financially free. This is how it works. This is how I did it over the last 10 years. So I really hope that you enjoyed this. I really hope you got a lot of value from this. Again, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, and leave a comment below, and I'll personally come back and answer your questions. And what I'm going to do right now, I'll put another video here. So if you want to learn different ways of creating wealth, then make sure you check out this video because you'll learn a lot from this as well. It's John Lee, the author of The Wealth Dragon Way. Bye for now.